Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm the Gentleman and welcome to another episode of the Gentleman's Pixel Club. Today we are playing Maziacs. This is on the ZX Spectrum, which is recreated on the MiSTer FPGA hardware, and Maziacs was written by a gentleman called Don Priestley. This was a game that I used to own, I used to love back in the day, and I had played a few times and actually managed to complete it. We're going to give it a go a few years later to see whether I can still do this. The object of the game is to get from your starting position in the maze to a chest and then bring the chest of gold all the way back to the beginning. See, put gold here. At the moment I'm heading down to a prisoner, and when you push down on the prisoner it highlights the journey of the maze and it shows you the path to the gold in yellow. Guarding the gold are these Maziacs, or Maziacs however they're pronounced, and you've just seen me beat one up and kill one. You can kill them barehanded. You can also kill them if you've got a sword. They can also kill you, as we're going to see with this one here. So this was the opening game that I did that ended very, very quickly. There I am bent into being eaten. The strange looking red things you see on the screen, these are food. And what you got to do, you got to push it. So say you had a food on your right, you push to the right and that will increase your food level to allow you to have more strength to fight these things. If your food runs out, you are immediately dead in this maze, and it is a big maze. Every time you die, you go through the opening loading screen that we have here, pick the joystick, press B to start the game, and then we carry on. We are playing on the easiest level, so this is Adventure 1 maze being generated, and this again is what you've already seen me do on the first maze where I died. So we're going to try a little bit harder now. We're going to see whether we can actually survive. When the maze is generated, it is always different, and it's about 50 times the size you see on the screen. And knowing that the chest, according to the instructions, is at least, see we have a different layout here, at least 200 steps away from you, you've got a bit of a challenge. I've got my health bar on the right and the food bar. You can see that dropping every move you make. It drops, as you see here, and I've got a Maziac that I'm fighting at the moment, and I have a sword, so I'm guaranteed to win that fight. You can beat them at times without swords. You know, I think you have to have your health really high. My health has just been boosted because you've seen me pick this up. But this is I suppose one of the first roguelike games that I ever remember. That term never existed back when this game existed, but this is a randomly generated maze. Every game you play is going to be 100% different, and I'm going to hopefully get to a prisoner and then actually move away from the prisoner. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Maybe I'm looking for a fight. So yeah, we're fighting this Maziac here, and when we kill him, because we will kill him because we had a sword, you lose the sword. So the sword is actually only good for one battle. So I've picked up another sword and you've seen it disappear from the wall. Push into the prisoner and he's showing me the path to the gold. Why these prisoners know the path to the gold yet they're stuck in the walls, I don't know. Maybe, yep, if you're captured you get put in a wall, we'll show you the path and you're going to die. A trap set by the Maziacs, and the path has just disappeared. As you see, it doesn't last for long. You know, you've got maybe 10 seconds here or X amount of moves and then it disappears. Ways you can die with this is health running out, so I've got about 50% health, as you can see, or sitting down like this. Look how the guy is sat down. If you're sat down in that position, no matter what you're carrying, you will be killed when the Maziacs land on you. They remind me of some hideous type of nasty spider, and I hate spiders, so I'm doing a good job slaying them at the moment. Going to get the path for the guy. He's going to show me where the gold is again. Collect some food on the way. Stand there tapping my toe. If you look, he taps his toe when he stands there. A little bit impatient. Don't know what I'm dicking about doing that for, but you know, we're moving on. We're trying to get to where the gold is. You don't have I don't believe you have a map that can be shown by a key in the game. Maybe it was on the menu, I don't recall seeing this. You know, it is random every time, and then this is what makes it unique. You know, these poor bloody prisoners remind me very much of Sigourney Weaver in Aliens, where she found everybody stuck to the wall in the beginning sequence where they break into the camp and they find all the colony, so all the colonists of the colony they're there to rescue or at least investigate what's happened, stuck in the wall. The same thing happens for our little guys here. So I've got no weapon here. I need to go back and get one to try and fight that Maziac that's in the way. Sometimes you have a good path, sometimes you have a clear path, sometimes you have a clear run at this, other times you don't. And point of note, when you get the gold chest, and this is very important, so there is strategy that's actually involved in here. When you get the gold chest, you cannot fight these Maziacs while you're carrying it, and you cannot carry a sword and a gold chest at the same time. And we're fighting this guy here, and he's beaten us and bent us in two, so we've lost RIP. So yeah, have the gold chest. You know, you have to think, do I need to put it in the wall to swap for a sword? If you take all the swords on the journey there to fight all the Maziacs on the way, then you've got to hope to hell that on your way back you don't encounter any, because you've got nowhere to put the chest down. You're automatically carrying the chest. So we're going to hit J for Kempston joystick. When you use the MiSTer FPGA, it automatically recreates the joystick. And looking at the screen there was no option that I could see to see the map by pressing M or anything else like this. And we start again. So this is go free and maze free. We're really going to focus and try here. Wait for that Maziac, kill him because we got a sword, and we know the path to the treasure. So taking some food back to full health. That one there is going to be a pain. We're running away from it, and it's caught up with us, but we had full health, so you do stand a chance of beating this horrible, wretched, spider-like creature that runs around in this maze. You know, if this was real life, would I be in this maze? Hell no. I hate spiders. Spiders are ferocious, eight-legged wildebeests to me. And for some reason, whenever, you know, I go to kill them in days of old, they always seem to run towards me. And, you know, I should not fear these bloody things, but my God, I absolutely hate them. I have a friend in Thailand, you know, while we're watching the guy go through this maze, and I go to visit him once in a while. And one time when I was over there, he lives in this condo type apartment in Chiang Mai, I was complaining, oh, I died, dear God, I died. So we're going to have a fourth go at this. So yeah, I went to visit him, and I was in this big hotel room. You know, these apartments, these hotel rooms were massive compared to what you get in the UK. Anyway, there was a spider on the wall, and I thought, I'm going to kill you, you little bastard. I don't know whether you things are poisonous over here or anything else like this. So I twatted it with effectively a newspaper type magazine that was kicking around in the hotel room, and I missed it. It was like over to the right. So I hit it again, missed it, and it was over to the left. On the third time, I got the little bastard. Anyway, when I was talking to my mate a little bit later on, I said to him, you know, these spiders, these were an absolute pain in the neck, and I know that he's a subscriber to this channel. I hope he remembers this story. He then showed me this god-awful video that he had of a jumping spider, and you put the glass down, and this little bastard was rattling about in the glass. And you know, I won't say his name, but you know who you are, and if you're watching, thank you for great times in Thailand. Thank you for being a great tour guide. But you know what? I can never forgive you for showing me that damn video. That has never left my mind, and I've always been stuck with that picture of that spider bouncing off that glass. Spiders should not jump like that, and these are what I imagine these beasts to be in this maze. So trying to play a little bit coy here, let him come run into me, and I've got 3 swords, so 3 of these Maziac things can be killed. But hopefully I'm not going to need all of them. And remember, you've got to play a bit strategically here. Yes, I've lost the path to the treasure because it doesn't last too long, but if I'm on my journey back and I do happen to have the treasure chest with me, I've got nowhere to put it down. You know, I need these gaps in the wall to swap the treasure for the sword, to be able to get it, kill whatever's in the way. And there, look, there is the treasure chest. So I am not too far away from it. A couple of Maziacs in the way, but we might be able to get to this. So get some health. You can see my health bumping up. Another one takes me to maximum health, and I've got 2 that I need to kill. So kill you, and then I'm going to have to rush away and get a weapon just to be sure that I can kill that other one. You know, I'm so near. Come on, come on. Get the weapon, and then it should be straight down, go to the left, kill him, and then collect the gold. So running up to collect the gold. I want to pick up the gold, you lazy sod. No, don't run away. Go back and pick up the gold. And look at that animation of him carrying the chest. You know, he's got, you know, the king's new clothes in that chest. But he has to get home. He cannot carry a sword at the same time. He has to use the prisoners. His only task is to sit in this goddamn maze for these Maziac ferocious 8-legged wildebeest spider things and show people the way home. At least they have some use. As I say, the maze doesn't last for too long, so I wouldn't nearly run to my death there. So let's go and muck about a little bit here. What can we do? We can go back and we can get that sword. But we can get one of two swords. So you've seen me swap the sword and the chest is now in the wall. But look at my health. You know, I've only got just over half health. So I need to keep an eye on what I'm doing. But I'm heading back to the Maziac type creature. This was the only game that I recall being like this on the ZX Spectrum. You know, I don't recall anything else being, you know, this kind of good, and in terms of a random maze type game that was really fun to play. If you're looking at this thinking, wow, you know, it's ancient graphics, stuff like this, yes, you're on a retro channel, you know this, but this really is a good fun game. Pick it up, give it a go, and I think, I could be wrong, but I think it even ran on the 16K ZX Spectrum, so they crammed a hell of a lot into this game. You know, absolutely cracking game, absolutely brilliant game. And would I have played it back in the day? Yes, I did play it. Yes, I did have it, and I think I've got a copy of it in my box of retro stuff to my right. I've often gone to that box when I've done this channel to think, yeah, let's just show some of the originals that I have. I've got the original of this, I've got the original of that, to show that I do own a lot of the games that I show, but they are lost. You know, somewhere I've got a copy of 3D Death Chase that I went to pull out when I did the first ever video of this, and could I find it? No, I couldn't. So, you know, I then pop onto eBay to think, well, I don't know what I've done with it. It must be lost somewhere. Let me replace that. And 3D Death Chase, they can go for like 20 quid now. That's like, was a $6.99 game. So, you know, it's increased God knows what in price. And I only want it for nostalgia value to try and collect a lot of these games that I do demo. Anyway, we are heading back to put the gold in its final resting place. I've swapped for a sword here because I need to go and check, and there was nothing there. So then we're going to get the chest, run back, and put the gold down. So this is it. This is a game completed. Fantastic. Victory. We have beaten this game. I'm the Gentleman. This is the Gentleman's Pixel Club, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Stay safe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.
Would you like to play again?